Hi guys, and today Shorty and I are going to be discussing the round one clash between Geelong and Hawthorn. A bit of a preview this time around, which is a little bit different.
Yeah, we normally review, but it's just a bit of a preview here.
Well, we will be doing the review as well, so
Yeah.
we'll make sure that gets happening underway after the game, of course, which will be on the Easter Monday.
Yeah, no, but we're just too excited about footy. We just have to preview it as
Yeah,
well.
oh, geez, we had to get another video out there, but we'll discuss a few key matchups, mate. I'll reel off a couple, and
Yeah.
you can reel off a couple, and we'll
We'll
reel off
discuss.
our thoughts.
Yeah,
So,
sounds good to me.
beautiful. All right, Hawkins will probably line up against Lake, and we don't know the teams actually because they've been released. Obviously, they will
Yeah.
be on the Tuesday, Wednesday, probably Wednesday. So maybe not for Geelong actually and Hawthorn because
We'll be closer to Friday, Saturday, I suppose.
yeah, I was thinking maybe Carlton and Richmond, but
Mm.
that'll be for them, but not for us. So Hawkins and Lake, always a big matchup. I think Hawkins kicked 3 in the round 22 clash, so he did pretty nice against him. But Lake, I think, lowered his colours, lowered Hawkins' colours a little in the final, where I think Hawkins was kept down to 1 goal.
Yeah.
So he really capped his influence when it mattered.
Yeah, which Lake does, doesn't he? He loves finals. But yeah, I guess we'll have a bit of a look at some of the matchups. You're never quite sure who will exactly line up on who, but it will be interesting to see those matchups as well as just our two key forwards now. We normally just have one.
Yep.
Just how we go delivering the ball and how Hawthorn, counter that, because most of the time in recent years it's just been let's stop Hawkins.
Yep.
Where now they've got to worry about Mitch Clark as well. So
Which is great.
that's exciting for us. Hawkins looks mint. He looks fantastic.
Mint?
Yeah, he looks in mint condition, and Clark
Perfect.
looks great as well. So.
Yeah.
Frawley and Clark, Lake, I should say, they've just sort of taken it easy in the pre-season, just gotten that match fitness, and
That's it.
they'll be tough for sure, but it's probably Gibson as well that'll make life very difficult too. Just with Frawley down there now, Gibson plays that rolling defender so well. So
They need to make him accountable.
Yeah.
I remember watching the final with her. We went to the game and Gibson was just there, punching ball after ball, and we're just like, get a man on Gibson.
he has to be made accountable. He just has to. Or I think he had 30 touches in the grand final. So.
There you go.
He has to be held accountable or he could tear us up. So Hawthorn love a team defence, but what are you looking forward to matchup wise?
Well, Clark and Frawley's very exciting, mate.
Yeah.
Clark is going to give him an absolute
A
bath.
bath! Boy! How many is he going to kick?
Oh, I'm going to say 4.
Oh, very nice.
He might not kick any, but
I'm quite near
I'm just
that.
going to say 4.
Yeah.
I think Frawley hasn't played in front of a big crowd too often, if ever, at Melbourne.
Yeah.
He'll be very, very nervous, and he was nervous in his pre-season match. So
He was.
In the first one at least. So I reckon he'll get a little bit of a wake-up call.
I think Queen's birthday would probably be the biggest crowd he's probably
Yeah.
ever played in front of. So,
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
I reckon he's used to it. Mitch Clark, I don't know. I reckon he's got plenty of confidence about him. He could really tear it up. Hopefully, he would have matched up against Frawley in training a lot at Melbourne. So, well, if he wasn't injured, but
Yeah.
there you go. So I reckon that'll be a great matchup. So that's looking at the forwards, mate. But we'll get you to look at the defenders and what we might expect down there.
Well, of course, you got Gunston and Roughhead. You got to man up, and even in the past, we know that third ruckman or the third forward, the ruckman resting, has proven difficult. So
David Hale kills us every
generally
time.
he's the man, and even McAvoy's been playing a little bit more forward too. So
Trim down a bit as well.
yeah, it'll be interesting who goes there. Of course, the obvious is Lonergan, Taylor, and of course Mackey's down there too. I'm forgetting someone.
Enright, maybe.
Enright, yeah. So we want to play that team defence, which we need to do against the Hawks.
Yep.
Taylor, you reckon he'll go to Roughhead? As a general rule,
I
and you
think
think Lonergan to Gunston. So,
yeah.
And Gunston's your man. You'll have to pump him up. So it'll be a key matchup.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, but look, we've in pre-season we've been good, as have the Hawks. So
Hopefully.
yeah, it'll be just very interesting to see how we go, because they're both in peak form, Gunston and Roughhead. They look fantastic in the prime of their careers. So my one little worry might be Lonergan. I'll be interested because Taylor's looked great.
Yeah, he's
looking
been
great.
fantastic, hasn't he?
Lonergan, I hope he holds up. I hope he holds up.
Seems so worried.
Yeah, well, he's just one guy who could maybe drop off a tad in form this
Yeah.
year. So we'll get an early look, and he'll get a big early test. So, and Blitz might possibly go down back as well,
I
potentially.
hope so, yeah.
I really don't know where he'll play, but it'll be interesting to see.
Wherever they need him.
Yeah, he might play a multiple amount of roles, but they are two key matchups, so we need to get on top of them. That'll be
Yep.
super crucial to stopping
Absolutely.
the Hawks. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think the midfield's too much to discuss because, I mean, someone going to tag someone else. You know, could be Mitchell and Bartel one-on-one. I mean, players just sort of do their own thing almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so many roll through there, you
Yeah.
can't really dissect it, so
Yep.
I suppose the pace will be the one thing we'll be looking at from a midfield point of view. I think we know what we've got in there is good individually, but
Yep.
can we work the ball out clearance-wise, and once we
Clearances.
do, can we show that outside speed, which we have pre-season. That's a
Yeah.
different kettle of fish in the big
Yeah,
stuff. So
well, that's right, and even a bigger kettle of fish in the finals. So
yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
yes, which will be
We'll
interesting.
start with round one.
Yeah,
Eh?
we'll get round one underway. But you had a few players to discuss, so maybe sort of the bottom six that are maybe a bit of a chance
Yeah.
to line up for round one. Who'd you have your eye on?
Yeah, well, Gregson's been mentioned. Of course, Cockatoo, another youngster,
Yeah.
possibly playing.
Hopefully.
Sam Blease,
Yep.
Billy Smets, Darcy Lang, Horn Smith.
There's a few.
They're just sort of guys, and Murdoch as well, I should say.
You had a shocking pre-season.
Yeah, you would think they probably maybe fit anywhere from 2 to 4 of those guys,
Yeah.
just depending what they go structurally, ruck-wise, and you never know if someone's carrying a slight niggle. So yeah, it'll be intriguing to see. I think Cockatoo will definitely play. I don't think
Hope so.
Billy or Murdoch will play. I definitely don't think. I think Gregson is exciting. But I'm not sure we'll see him. I don't think he's quite ready for AFL.
Stevie J's wrapped him up a bit, but
Yeah,
probably later on
He
down the
has.
track.
he's pretty small. Like I could see
Yeah.
him getting. He might get some games, but I don't think we'll see too much impact from him. But and Horn, Smith, and Lang might be fighting for that one spot because
Yeah.
they're mainly more so inside mids and
Yeah,
of the younger
that's it.
variety. And I think Lang's probably slightly in front of him.
I love his intensity at the footy. He loves a bit of a tackle too.
Yeah, well, Horn Smith, I'd love to really come on this season because I rate him pretty highly, but we're just not seeing it yet. And out of all the guys who had good pre-seasons, you probably couldn't say George did. So that's always disappointing because he's the sort of
Yep.
guy that you go, all right, show us what you got, lock yourself in for round one.
Yeah.
And he
It's your time
hasn't
to
done
shine.
that. So
Mm.
there's some names that will maybe be fill-in spots 19, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
Again, depending how they structurally line up. But it'll be very interesting.
Mm.
Do any of those guys really shout out to you? Do you think they'll lock themselves in, or what do you reckon will happen?
Well, I think Cockatoo's a pretty good chance. I mean,
Yeah.
he's so exciting to watch. I reckon Darcy Lang's being talked about probably the most out of those six to really sort of have a crack. All these sort of, I guess, newer type players. And he plays forward as well, so
Yeah.
he's sort of, got multi-dimensions about him.
Mm.
You know, a bit of midfield, a bit of up forward as well. And we really do need to apply a bit more forward pressure, I think. So I think that gives Lang a bit of a leg up there, hopefully. So
Yeah.
Billy Smets, maybe a chance. Sort of depends on how we go back, down back, I guess, and
Yeah.
how he, pulls up from his supposed injury, mate.
Yeah. But you're right with Lang and the forward aspect. Someone like a Lang or otherwise maybe Caddy floating forward.
Yep.
He's someone that needs to make, as we said, Gibson accountable.
For sure.
We don't really have that medium-sized general forward.
Yeah.
So someone like that, well, they'll have a big test first half.
Hopefully.
So the Ruck survey, I want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I was about to
because,
mention it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We've answered a lot of questions over the pre-season, but that's one that still, when you think about it, there's multiple ways they could go. Which way are they going to go in your mind, mate?
Well, which way?
Well, who do you think they're going to pick?
Well, McIntosh's been great in the VFL.
Mm,
They really rate Dawson Simpson for some reason.
they do.
Stanley's injured, isn't he?
Yeah, he's certainly not right to go. No.
Oh, no, he definitely wouldn't be playing. He hasn't had any fitness at all,
Mm.
game-wise. Oh, you'd have to probably say McIntosh, and they can't fit the two big ruckmen in.
No.
So I think it's McIntosh and Simpson at this stage.
Yeah, it's definitely a toss of coin.
And
Can you play both? You can't play both, can you?
Not with our pace
No.
on the outside. I think we're top heavy as it is, and then you've got to sub one of them out at one stage.
Yeah.
So I think they might swap Blitzarves and Mitch Clark, who really won an All-Australian in 2009 as a ruckman.
I love saying that, though.
So renowned for. Yeah, they just love reminding us for some reason. But I think that's how they'll go about it. What do you reckon? Probably similar thoughts?
Well, Clark has played a bit of ruck time
Which
so
is
far.
really promising.
Which sort of indicates that, they'll be happy for him to go into the midfield. And I heard Chris Scott actually say that while Clark will, of course, play forward, he did say, honestly, I probably think his best football is maybe in the ruck. And sort of, again, floated back to that one year he had at the Lions. So they definitely rate him as a ruckman. It might just be easing him in, match fitness, all that junk, and getting familiar. So he won't play high minutes in there, but I think he'll definitely rotate. And the blitz, I think, again, depending if Hale's down there, blitz may be required, and if he's not, he may ruck, he may wing. So he's a bit of a Mr. Fix-It, but I think they'll go with McIntosh. He just has more dimensions. I think Simpson, maybe he's a better tap ruckman and he's a bigger body, but he's a liability. And
You've got to be more than that in this modern day.
Yeah, and I think when you look forward, I think McIntosh is probably the guy that, say, if we're playing a big game, a finals game, he's the one you want there. So hopefully he can actually put together some good minutes this season and be match fit for when it counts. So
For sure.
I think that's our early guess, but they certainly can't play both.
No,
It'll be interesting, I think, mainly because McIntosh adds a little bit more forward. Simpson definitely shows nothing up
can't
for
kick.
he's
He loves to handball, so
yeah, he does. He's no forward, so you would think naturally McIntosh would definitely be in front at this point.
Sounds pretty promising to me, mate.
Yeah,
Can't argue with it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I think everyone in the world is. But to our tip anyway, and we will be doing our tips for round one very shortly. But who do you reckon, mate? By how much and why?
No,
just quickly.
I think Hawthorn will win.
If
off the top of my head, 14 points. I think we'll be thereabouts. If you're looking for a positive for the Cats, we play Hawthorn early in the year, of course. They may not be
the worst thing.
Fully up and running. That might give us a slight ray of hope, but you can't tip against Hawthorn.
No, not too often.
At this point in time, they're a better rounded side than us. So I'll be tipping the Hawks. How about yourself?
Yeah, I think I've gone with the Hawks as well. I'll say 3 goals for now. I don't know, but an interesting fact though. I like my facts. I'm pretty sure since the 2008 season, so the first game we've played against Hawthorn since 2008, we've won. So the early game last year, Hawkins just ripped cold sheet out a new one.
Yeah.
And that won us the game. So we won the early game there, and I think Hawthorn won the last 2 after that. So we don't mind winning the first game against them earlier in the year, but I just think Hawthorn, as you said, they're just a better side, and there's no more Kennett's curse, which I think really had us mentally ahead in those games where we're up against them.
Yeah, certainly optimistic as a Cats fan.
Yeah, I reckon our chances of beating them are better than the final last year, though.
Yeah, great to be optimistic, but you also got to be realistic too. So that's
it.
Hence the tip. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the preview for the round 1 clash with Geelong and Hawthorn on the Easter Monday, and hopefully the Catters get a win on the board early. That will get us very excited. But again, as good as the win will be if we do, we'll still have that sort of scepticism. Can we do this when it really counts against the Hawks? But I think a win early in the season, just start with that week by week and build from there.
Positive signs would be good.
That's it. All right, well, thanks heaps for sticking around, guys. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to us as well, and check out our other videos. We've got plenty of highlights as well, and other weird predictions and all the other good stuff. So don't forget to check that out. And thanks very much for sticking around, and we'll see you guys all soon.